Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at how the US markets fared last night and how Asia is faring this morning. Now, the benchmarks in the USA, unfortunately, yesterday went through their third straight day of losses. It is the longest losing streak for all three major benchmarks in over a month. The Dow, S&P and Nasdaq all finished in the red, but one piece of positive information that we can take away from all of this is that they definitely recovered from their low points of the day. So at one point the Dow was down over 300 points, but it closed the day down just 19 points down, or 0.07%. So more of a flattish move seen there. The S&P was down just 5 points, or 0.15%, and the Nasdaq was the largest loser yesterday, down 54 points, or 0.47%. So considering that all of them had really fallen off the cliff as soon as trade began and as futures were also tending down, the fact that we recovered some of the lost ground, ended the day pretty much flat, and that futures right now are currently positive. So Dow futures are 56 points up right now, S&P futures are up 0.28% right now, and then Nasdaq futures are up 0.36% right now. That's morning time in India, night in the USA. So that indicates that there is a fair bit of overnight recovery, and that might have some role to play in Nifty, perhaps getting a little more stability today. Now in Asia, stocks are off to a mild start. The US dollar is also strengthened as uncertainty prevails, and that's something that's keeping global markets in check. The Nikkei is trading currently in the red. The Topix is down around 0.4%. The South Korean Kospi is pretty much flat, and the S&P ASX 200 in Australia is also pretty much flat. So Asia Pacific, not really showing too much buoyancy this morning on either the negative or positive side. We're pretty much hovering around the flat line. Now, two commodities that we're going to check for you, oil and gold, and these are going to get increasingly important. Now, what's happened is we were all awaiting stimulus. As time ticks by, today is the 16th of October, we have just about 2.5 weeks left till the November 3rd US election. Given that talks have reached a stalemate, there's been no updates from either party. While Donald Trump did yesterday say that he would consider upping the stimulus to 2.2 trillion as opposed to 1.8, there's still no clarity as to when exactly that's going to be coming in. And that is definitely going to hinge and hang over equity markets as well as gold prices as well as commodity prices, because stimulus was where we were looking for the next leg of the rally. So that's something to just keep in the backdrop. But oil prices, Brent yesterday fell 25 cents or 0.6% to $43 per barrel. So the outlook not too poor. US WTI settled 8 cents or 0.19% lower at $40.96 per barrel. So both firmly above 40. That's always a good sign for these. Spot gold up 0.3% at $1,906 per ounce. And then US gold futures up 0.1% at $1,908 per ounce. So that's pretty much the global wrap for you, and let's see how Nifty trades today as we close out the week in trade.